single-handedly broke up my marriage. You're an awful person.
You're 24 years old. Why would I listen to you? Why would you be giving therapy and advice to people who clearly need it? It doesn't make any sense, Ari. This is a horrible idea.
You're listening to
unlicensed
therapy with Ari Manis.
Also, it's about to get really hot, just for summer.
Okay.
And then there's no air conditioning in
the
here.
The temperature is going to change.
Yeah.
Because when you look at me and said it's about to get hot, I was like, I don't know if that was what I signed for.
Yeah. That's why I closed the door. You're in my garage. If you want to leave the garage,
no, it's okay.
You take off your clothes.
Yeah.
And you give me a show. I want a show from you.
That's what I was thinking.
How long have you lived in LA? I don't know you, actually.
I
know who you are. I've heard about you. But this is our first time
What did
meeting.
you hear? That's a curiosity.
I first heard about you through Jade Catapretta.
Jade's
a friend of mine. Yeah.
Jade's a good friend.
So I know she went to Brazil with you, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I make her website, too.
Oh, you did?
So when she was with you, I think it was just from you like tagging her in a social media post. Her website went down because so many people went to check her out.
So does this mean that I'm famous or you do shitty websites?
Both. I think it's a combination of the two. I do a shitty website and your fame cracked a shitty website.
Got it. Yeah, you know, I arrived here. It was exactly 1 year ago.
1 year
today. To live here in LA, right? I came here once before to do comedy. Actually, I came here a lot of times, a lot of different times to work and stuff. But to actually focus on comedy and stay here, it was 1 year ago.
So you came here a bunch of times and you loved it so much.
No,
you're like, I want to come live here.
That wasn't the case. That wasn't. What happened was I came here. I started to come here in 2011.
For work, I assume.
After there was a story on the New York Times saying that I was the most influential profile on Twitter. It was 2011.
That's right. I saw that.
So then I got a lot of different opportunities here. I started to have a manager and an agency and a lawyer and all this stuff. So I started to have like meetings and talk about movies and projects and everything else. So it was I did that for like 1 or 2 years, 2011, 12, and a little bit of 13. Nothing happened, but I always kept in mind this thing about going to the stage to do stand-up. I wasn't doing that much of a stand-up at that time because my career changed a little bit, so I wasn't.
You were more TV at that time.
Yeah, I was doing more TV and writing stuff and doing series. So I was like, let me go to LA to see how this is gonna go. So I kind of quit stand-up for a little bit, but I always watch. I always went to the Laugh Factory and the Comedy Store to watch those guys, and I always thought, how would I do? How would I? Can I do it in English?
And it turns out you can.
Turns out I can, and
it turns out Americans are easy audiences.
I wouldn't say that they are easy audiences, but maybe I am.
What do you think the biggest? Have you found like a difference? I mean, obviously the language, but do Americans get offended easier?
They do.
They do get offended easier.
Yeah.
I wonder why that is. I've been getting in trouble lately for being too offensive. Yeah.
Why?
Not real trouble, but just like people online.
People online
getting upset.
Upset about your stuff on stage?
On stage, yeah. They get upset at my stand-up.
And they send you messages?
They send me messages calling me a rapist and a pedophile.
Are you?
Not that I know of. As far as everyone knows, I'm not. Yeah.
It's not public. Yeah. It's not a public information.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got trouble because of jokes in Brazil as well. But here I feel that people are much more sensitive. I don't know why. Maybe this is the moment that you guys are living right now. I think LA is a very sensitive place and you want to protect minorities.
Yeah, part of it's LA. Do you think that the way it is where people get offended is here to stay? Or do you think that'll change and go away? It will change.
There are waves, my friend.
Yeah.
There are waves. I think people are much more sensitive 2 years ago. It's changing right now.
You think it's less sensitive now than 2 years ago?
Yeah, I think it is. Like when I first arrived here, the conversation was much more frequent than it is right now. So technology made those change a little quicker. Because I don't know if you remember, like the 60, we have a lot of sex, and the 70s not that much. In the 80s, we start to have sex again. So there was like 10 years the
Yeah.
waves, and now with technology,
Where are we
things-
now? I want sex.
You can have it.
I
Maybe
want-
sometimes you have to pay.
Oh yeah, I've done that. I've done that.
You did?
Yeah, I've
Have
paid
you
for
ever
sex.
had sex with a
I
prostitute?
paid. Oh yeah, probably like 5 times.
How was it?
I have. It's kind of like regular sex. There's good and bad.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, the first time was really good, and the second time was really bad.
Why?
Why was it bad?
Yeah. Do you think the fact that you're paying made it worse?
I mean, like it's obviously less romantic, and there's less feelings for one another. But the second, all 5 times I've done it was in Tijuana, Mexico,
Okay.
at a brothel, a legal brothel.
The same one?
Same one, because I don't break the law, So I went
Okay.
there where it's legal.
Okay.
And the first time I got drinks with the girl, and we at least pretended to. We were friends, whatever. I don't know what you want. We're not real friends, but whatever you want to call it. We made a connection. We talked.
Okay.
And the second time was just straight to business, because the girl didn't speak any English, and I don't speak any Spanish.
Okay.
So we didn't communicate at all with each other. We just went upstairs and did the deed.
Uh-huh.
And that time I was like, that was pretty.
So the first time
Not
that you
that
had a
good.
connection, it was
Yeah,
better.
it was better.
So
yeah.
you need a connection
It makes
even
it
with a
better.
prostitute.
Yeah, it makes it better. It like, if you don't like the person or they don't like you,
Okay.
the sex isn't going to be good. Unless you really hate them, and then you could like hate sex them,
Okay.
But this was just I didn't know this person.
So after the second time, it wasn't that bad. Even not being that bad, you even had you had more 3 times with prostitutes.
So the other times I went, and
the same place.
Same place.
Because you are brand loyal.
Because I'm brand.
Okay.
Because I'm loyal. No, the reason why I kept going back is because it was such a fascinating, unique place to me that I wanted to show other people.
Uh-huh.
So after the first time, I went back the other 4 times to show my
So
friends.
you're bringing
I'd be like,
clients.
yeah, I'm like, you have to see this. There's nothing else
So
like it.
probably the 5th time you're not paying.
They should be. They should give me. Yeah, they should have a punch card.
Punch card, yeah.
Yeah. Do they have sex work in Brazil? Like legal.
90%. Oh, if it's legal. I think it is legal. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Okay, but I think it's legal. But the only thing that is illegal, it's pimping.
Sure.
Pimping, it's illegal.
That makes sense.
And so that's what I think. Prostitutes, I don't think they're you can do it on the streets anymore.
Got it. So there's places to go.
Yeah, but I think it's legal. Yeah, you
But
can.
you've
do
never done that.
No, I never did.
As far as people know, you've never done it.
No, I never
You
did.
never-
I would gladly. I did much worse. I did much worse in my life.
Have you ever sold your body for sex?
No,
for
I
money?
never.
You've
I
never
But I
prostituted
would.
yourself.
I think.
What would be your number? How much? Okay, how much would I
12
have to pay you?
$12 or something?
I could pay you $12 and have sex with you.
Not a
right now?
guy. I wouldn't have sex with that
Well,
guy.
what's your there's no number for me?
No number. No
$12
number.
million.
No number.
12 million you wouldn't
No
do
number.
it?
No.
Dude,
I wouldn't get. 12,
you must have a lot of money if you wouldn't do 12 million.
I wouldn't get. If you offered me the $12 million to just put your finger in my ass, I wouldn't do it.
Wow.
Not because I'm too manly. I think it's because I have a little bit of money, so I don't carry that much.
Yeah, you don't 12
That's,
million.
you
You're
know,
like, it'd be nice, but it's not worth it.
If maybe I was like hungry and I really needed the money to invest, or maybe there's someone sick in my family and I have to cure a disease.
Then you would do
Oh,
it. So
then
you do it to
then you
save
can
others.
Then you can put your hand in my ass. I wouldn't care. But not for me. I wouldn't.
So if I wanted to capture your love for me,
Okay.
I would have to hold one of your family members hostage.
That's what you need
All right,
to do.
now I know.
Or I don't know, or maybe sing some Christina Aguilera. That
You're a
could
big
change
Christina
I
Aguilera
like
fan?
Christina Aguilera.
My first crush was Britney Spears,
You like her? Yeah, she got a little crazy.
but this was I was a kid when they were coming up. How old are you?
I'm 42 now.
42. So I'm 29, so about 10 years younger. When I was a kid, Britney Spears' first crush, that infomercial that came on TV, "Hit Me Baby One More Time," I think it was.
Pepsi, right?
I don't remember.
I
I
think
think it was
yeah.
just her music. She was selling her album, but
Oh,
but
okay.
originally, it was before MTV. She sold it on an infomercial. Do you know what an infomercial
Yeah,
is?
I know.
And I used to. This was right as the internet was getting like dial-up. Everyone had dial-up internet.
Okay.
And I went online. I was probably, I don't remember how old I was. Let's say 10 years old. and I Google searched Britney Spears naked, and there was no actual pictures of Britney Spears naked. It was photoshopped. It was just like a fake, but I was so young that I thought it was real. So
you believed.
I believed that I was looking at Britney Spears naked, but I wasn't. I was looking at just a Photoshop picture of it. So I printed it out on my parents' inkjet printer. It was just like shitty. It had like lines going across the shitty printer.
Yeah.
And
it probably took like 2 months to print the whole thing.
Yeah.
And there's ice. Nose. Fuck. That was terrible.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was.
Okay.
So I had this printed shitty copy of a fake naked picture of Britney Spears of just like, it was like her belly button up with fake tits.
Okay.
And I would bring it to school and show all my friends. So this thing about bringing them to Mexico, I've been doing it since I was a little kid.
The sharing. You're a good. You share.
Yeah, I don't like to do things alone. I like to build camaraderie and friendships.
Oh my god.
And bond.
But do you remember those days? I know that you're younger than me, but you probably lived that time on the internet. So in '96, you were. How old were you?
7 years old.
Okay, so you didn't actually live the beginning of internet when we masturbated to GIFs and people were like,
no. So it was still pictures though. When I started masturbating on the internet, it wasn't GIFs, but it was just like I would go to playboy.com.
Oh, you had playboy.com. That was like too advanced.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It was very low quality. It's different now. There was no 20-minute long hardcore, or at least I didn't know about them. I was too young.
There was, the only way for you to download, you should go to places like Kazaa.
Yeah.
Or So Sick.
Yeah.
And then you download. But the thing
and
is,
then you get viruses on your computer from it.
Maybe viruses or maybe The Godfather. That happened a lot. I tried to download porn and I got The Godfather. And if you try,
also a good movie though.
Yeah, good movie.
Both good movie.
But not what you were expecting.
Right.
When you're horny, you don't want to see like.
Yeah, you're like, okay, thank you. I'll save this for later. Now give me what I came for.
But it would take you like 4 or 5 hours to download something that was wrong, and sometimes you want to download The Godfather, and there was someone sucking some cock.
Yeah,
so that was.
Or I remember, because you would download what you thought was a regular porno, and it would be like a horse having sex with a woman, or something, or a dog, and just something bestiality.
That never happened with me.
You never, by mistake, got bestiality.
No.
It was so gross. I'd be like, no,
oh my god,
not what I wanted.
You know what's crazy? There is some images that I saw that I wasn't looking for. I wasn't searching, but I saw it, and I could never forget.
Yeah, scarring images.
I remember when I saw unfortunately, it was those little chat rooms, and then people found out how to post photos on chat rooms.
Right.
And I remember that one day someone posted a photo of a kid naked. It wasn't even people having sex, but it was so surprising.
Child pornography.
Child pornography. Yeah. And I kept, it was like very disturbing. I just had to quit the chat rooms for a while. It was bad.
Yeah, those chat rooms could get creepy. Oh. And have you ever watched the show where they catch those guys? I forget, something Predator.
All epissodes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they go in there and they chat them. It's, man.
So what I found, why the show was over? They are not doing the show anymore.
They're not?
Yeah.
How come?
Because if you think about it, some of those guys, they're not necessarily they are pedophiles. What I'm saying is, some of them were actually there to just meet the girl. They were like shy. There was some kind of a game. You cannot predict that they would actually go in there and have sex.
So you're saying until they actually do it, it's like they're innocent until proven guilty, even though you could look and go, I'm pretty sure they were going to.
There's a difference between being a pedophile and a child molester. That's what I read.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
So a pedophile is you have the desire, and some people die with the desire, and it's very disturbing for them, and they have to do therapy. So they never touch a kid because they know how wrong this is.
Yeah.
But when you actually
they want to.
Yeah, they want to, which is terrible. Something happened in their childhood or something.
Right.
So that make them messed up, and they treat that, and it's very difficult for them to live with this desire. But they don't do it. They never touch anyone. But some of them do the crime, and those that have to go to jail and stuff. So what happened was I read that some of those guys commit suicide.
Oh, after going on that show.
Of course. You know, the exposure, my friend. Because they actually show the guy going to the guy, and then they show the guy with the police, going to the police station. They sometimes show the guy in jail. It's like you kill someone.
I'll be honest. That's sad. That's a sad story, killing themselves. But I say keep that show on still. It's worth it because how many pedophiles do you think that show stopped and scared away?
Probably,
too?
yeah.
A lot. So it's like,
yeah,
I don't know.
I agree. I agree.
I say we got to remake it. Let's make the Brazilian version.
I tried.
You tried?
Yeah, I actually tried. I used to do a show. I used to do this TV show. It was huge in Brazil. It was a little bit of comedy and a little bit of journalism. What I say is that I was a kind of a Matt Lauer and a Louis C.K., but with a very appropriate sexual behavior. That was me.
Pre-Louis C.K.
Yeah, pre-Louis C.K.
Okay.
So I was doing this show, and I tried to do the segment in my show. And what the law in Brazil, the law wouldn't allow me to expose someone unless they are committing a crime.
Right.
But going there and talking to a girl, they are not committing a crime.
Right. They're just the precursor to committing a crime.
Maybe they would commit a crime.
Yeah, they would, but until they actually do, you're not allowed to show them.
So I couldn't just wait for them to fuck
Damn.
some kid. Oh, you can't do that.
you.
You can't do that.
You can't do that.
You guys like, oh, just more 2 minutes.
Well, it's nice that you tried.
Yeah,
Maybe the laws will change one day,
Yeah,
and then you
friend,
can go back.
Maybe we can use those cameras to do one day.
Yeah,
that would
I'll
be-
do it right in this garage.
Yeah, the garage.
I'll just lead them right in here. I'll do it. See, I don't even. The beauty about me is I'm so unsuccessful that I don't even need to wait on laws. I'll just, even if I'm not allowed to do it, I'll just do it.
You just do it.
Yeah. What do I have to lose?
Nothing.
Are you gonna sue me
Why
and
do you
take
think
away?
you're so unsuccessful, my friend? You're 29. You know how many things that are going to happen in your life in the next few years?
I mean, I'm not complaining. I'm not. I mean, maybe a little.
Can you pay your bills?
Barely, but yeah, I pay.
Barely.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
That's sad. That's sad. I wasn't expecting.
Let me say this: $12 million for a finger in my butt. Yeah, sign me up.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, you could put 2 in for $12 million.
God. I don't know, my friend. Yeah. Maybe you're willing to do some stuff that I'm not. I don't know.
Clearly I am.
Okay.
Yeah. What is the biggest thing what is the biggest negative of America for you?
People are not as friendly as I thought.
Would you say they're friendlier in Brazil?
No. Yeah.
Friendlier, nicer people.
I think in any country of the world.
So you think America has the meanest people of any country?
Yeah, yeah.
Now let me ask you this:
Maybe Russia or Croatia, they have meanest people, but people here in America, they are not that friendly. It's very hard to have connection. Like we are gonna have this podcast today, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And you see that we have some kind of a connection.
I think we spend the rest of our lives together.
It's working.
Yeah.
We are probably never gonna talk again.
That's on you. I'll talk to you whenever you want.
But what I'm saying is, people here sometimes. I go to an elevator, okay?
Uh-huh.
I'm in my building, and I go to the elevator. There's someone, and I am in the elevator. Someone steps in the elevator. Don't say hi.
Yeah, that's
People
true.
don't say hi. Well, I'm just acknowledge that I'm there. You don't.
You're good.
I just kicked
It's
the
okay.
microphone. You don't need to be my friend for the rest of my life.
Right. But just be friendly, be polite.
Hi. How
manners.
Are you? It's okay. We are not gonna have a conversation. People, all the time. Every show that I do here, there is at least one comedian to say, "Oh, I just got an Uber and this guy started to talk to me. Oh my God! Fuck you!"
It's almost cool to be an asshole.
Yeah, why? Just fucking say
know.
hi to the guy. The guy is not gonna be in your balls the whole way.
But let me ask you this: do you think that is America, or do you think that's Los Angeles?
This is America.
America.
Because
You've been around. America.
You know that
It's
in
everywhere.
New York it's much worse. You know that.
Yeah.
So if that's how it happens in LA, other places probably much worse.
Interesting.
But maybe, of course, if I go to Minnesota or if I go to
Minnesota, they're
North
friendlier.
Dakota,
Yeah.
but they're probably friendlier. They have time to connect. They want. They're a little more curious.
And they're excited to see someone who's different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that I'm searching for friends all day long.
I get what you're saying. Yeah.
It's just another like sometimes I get a lot of Uber pool. Okay. If I'm in a car,
You take Uber pool?
yeah, a lot, of
Okay.
course, yeah, of course.
I've
'Cause if
imagined you as an Uber X kind of guy.
Because if I lose my money, you know what will happen in a few years? Fingers in my butt.
Yeah.
So you know. pool.
That's why I was like, the guy who's turning down 12 million, he doesn't need Uber pool.
It's not that I have $12 million. It's just that I know how to save money. That's the thing. So sometimes I'm in a car in an Uber pool, and there's another guy that jumps in. Don't say hi to me. I'm in the back.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I consider myself to be a friendly guy, but I don't talk to people on elevators, and I don't talk to people on Uber pools.
But I'm not saying that we are gonna have a conversation. If you sit down, I'm in the same car.
Right. So you're saying at least go, hey, how are you?
How are
yeah,
you?
that's it.
That's it.
That's fair.
And sometimes look at this. Okay, this is the car. Okay, Uber.
Mm-hmm.
This is the street. Okay, the car stops here. There's driver here. There's someone seated here and someone seated here. I'm here. I'm gonna go inside the car through the back. This fucking guy doesn't jump to this seat. He stayed here.
He makes you climb over him, or
he makes me go in the middle of the streets. Maybe I can get killed or fucking run by, and then I have to come here. This guy doesn't just jump.
So when you're on the other end, you scoot over.
Of course.
Yeah, you're a nice guy.
Does this mean that I'm nice? It's just like it's the
to you it's common manner. Maybe people
it's the right thing to
maybe
do.
people in Brazil are raised with better manners.
No,
I think I have pretty good manners, but I'll be honest with you. My parents sent me to a manners school.
They did
when I was a kid because I had such bad manners. I was such a piece of shit.
So what do you learn on those places?
It's mostly like formalities. So at dinner. Where to put your silverware, stand up when you meet someone, hold the door. But it's like, not only do they teach you them, and a lot of them you already know, but you have to practice them. So they make you literally repeatedly open the door for someone, or put your silverware at a certain place, eat a certain way, things like that. So it's literally a school and practice.
So that
to do
school
that.
sounds.
And now it's a little bit ingrained in me.
It sounds a lot of fun, right?
Oh yeah, fun.
If you don't want to do it,
let me tell you something. If you haven't been to manners school, I highly recommend. You gotta go. It's a party. It is.
But why? If you don't want to go, if you don't do it, because if you don't have good manners, you're probably like a rebel.
Yeah.
And if you're in that school, and if you don't want to do it, do they force you to do it?
So it was a military school that I got sent to, and that was just a part of the military school. So yeah, they force you. If you don't do it, you have to do 50 push-ups until you do it.
And if you don't do the 50 push-ups?
If you don't do the 50 push-ups, then on the weekend when everyone has free time, you have to stand around with a rifle and march around in a square for hours.
If you don't do it?
If you don't do that, they'll probably send you home and kick you out, and then you're like a high school dropout essentially, which probably in retrospect isn't that big of a deal because you would just enroll in public school. But as a 13-year-old boy, when everyone's yelling at you and everyone else is doing it, you just fall in line.
It's fair.
Yeah, but in retrospect, I think if I was a real rebel, when they were like march around in square, I should have been like, go fuck yourself. Send me home. That's what I could have done.
Yeah, because what can they do?
What can they do? I'm 13.
You're not committing a crime.
Yeah, I'm not committing a crime at 13 years old. They're not going to hit me. They're not going to.
So I just made you regret about a big portion of your life right now.
It makes me wish I was stayed a piece of shit and didn't fall in line. Just
but
stay
maybe
rebellious.
Do you think
it was good. It was
do you
good
think that helped you not to be a piece of shit today?
No, yeah. It was in the end it was good for me. It taught me independence. It made me grow up a little faster. Made me less of a brat. I think I was a little bit of a brat.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Now I'm still a brat, but I could behave and function in society.
So you don't think that Americans are a little rough on that area? Like
I think they are. Okay, I think that Americans aren't the friendliest people in the world, but I don't know that they're the least friendly either. I've been to Australia and they were way nicer there. But you know what? I've been to like UK, London, France. I've been there and I never found that they were friendlier in those countries.
And what I'm saying is just in the daily things. I'm not saying like I'm having a lot of different opportunities. Foreigners here have chances, and what I'm saying.
No, yeah, just manners. You're saying friendly and manners.
The daily thing. Sometimes I just spend days without talking to anyone.
Yeah, and you just stay in bed till 3 p.m.
And if you don't say hi to me, I'm at least knowledge that I'm alive, because otherwise I'm a fucking ghost.
I think you're just a really nice guy.
I am.
You're a sweetheart.
Arrived late.
Do you have a girlfriend?
I do have a girlfriend. Yeah.
Does she live here? Or
she lives here. Yeah.
Did you meet her here?
I met her here. Yeah.
How'd you meet her?
I went to San Diego in a brothel.
My hometown.
And
Yeah.
I was in a brothel, so I paid the girl. No, she's Brazilian.
Okay.
And I met her here. It was 3 years ago.
Oh, you've been dating 3 years.
No,
Wow.
we are not dating 3 years.
Okay.
The thing that this thing happened. I hired her
Wow.
to do a video for me.
Ooh, that boss employee relationship.
No,
that
no.
power. She liked that power.
No, if just for one day, I
Yeah.
hired her to shoot because my kid was arriving from Brazil. I was
Uh-huh.
here waiting for him. Okay, my kid arrived. From
You
Brazil.
wanted your kid to think you had a girlfriend, so you hired her for one day.
No,
to be your
no, I
girlfriend.
just hired her to record, to shoot the video. And with actually, my kid was arriving with my wife at the time.
Okay.
So
Oh, it gets even more scandalous.
and then she shot everything, and she made me this video, and we kept like a good relationship and following each other.
Professional, yeah.
Yeah, when I arrived here last year, we started to see each other again, and we started to hook up. Hook up is that hook up is
Hook up, yeah. Hook up typically means like less than dating, like you were just physically attracted. So you start to date.
So let me repeat:
you started to date.
We started to hook up.
Yeah,
that was,
and then started to date.
then we did it. Now, yeah, that happened, and then we are official. In January, we decided that we are exclusives.
Wow. So you dated for like 6-7 months before you decided to be exclusive.
That's still.
I think that's normal now.
It
I don't
is-
think it used to be.
Please tell this to my girlfriend because this is still an issue for her.
Oh, she was like, why? She was mad that it didn't happen sooner.
And it always happened in my life. Like I meet someone and I automatically start. It's a relationship.
See, for me, that's kind of what I like because I'm old school.
Okay.
But in
Me
today's
too.
society,
Me too. But I was
Yeah.
arriving in America.
you had just gone through a divorce.
I was going through a divorce.
Yeah.
I started to date another girl in Brazil. I was like finishing that relationship. So, it took a little time for us to be in a
I
relationship.
think that's fair. Yeah, every situation is different. But yeah, I would say overall now that happens a lot more where it takes a lot longer for people to be exclusive and move in together and start their lives together. Whereas before it's like third date, you're my girlfriend.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Back in the
it
day.
was back in the day?
Back in the day.
God.
You go out with a girl a couple times, that's it.
Do
She's
you,
your wife.
do you have a girlfriend?
I don't right now.
You don't?
No.
Okay.
My last girlfriend that we moved in together after 3 weeks.
Was she living here with
She
you?
lived here with me after 3 weeks.
3 weeks?
3 weeks we moved in together. Wow. And it didn't work out.
You didn't? How long did it take for you to get
we went out for 6 months.
That's a pretty
And
good-
a lot of people were going, that's so stupid. Don't have her move in with you. Yeah, maybe it's stupid, but you know what? If we hadn't taken that long, or if we took longer and did a more normal relationship, we might still be together today. So I think that moving in with someone really fast
It was a mistake.
expedites the relationship. No, it wasn't a mistake because if we didn't move in together, we'd probably still be together right now.
Oh,
So it made me realize very
okay.
fast.
And,
okay.
and in 4 years, you would find out that you guys don't
yeah,
actually
exactly.
fit.
Exactly. So when I write a book on relationships, I'm going to say, if you like that person a lot, move in right away. What do you
got
think?
it. No, yeah. I
So you
agree.
and your girlfriend, I think you guys should move in.
she's kind of staying a lot in my home.
So it already is.
Yeah, I'm not saying that she moved because she got such a good deal in her apartment.
Right.
It's an amazing apartment. It's like rent controlled,
Move in with her.
but she got a roommate.
Oh,
I
yeah.
would quickly move in.
Okay,
with
so
her.
when the roommate moves out, you
Yeah.
jump in there.
Maybe we have to kill
She could
her.
be your sugar mama.
Oh, that would be awesome. Because it's like her rent is like it's like 1,800
For a 2-bedroom? Yeah, it's
for a
great.
2-bedroom
Yeah, it's an amazing deal.
in West Hollywood.
Unheard of. Yeah.
Oh.
Keep that for the rest of her
Look at
life.
this.
She can't even move. That's a great thing. I have a good deal on my apartment.
Uh-huh.
Even if I wanted to do what you did and just move to Brazil and learn Spanish and
You
be a
would keep
Brazilian
the
comedian,
apartment.
or I just can't move because it's like I have this deal. I can't give it up.
I'm
stuck
Is
here.
your rent control too?
Yeah.
Look at this. And I'm
I'm
paying.
stuck.
What I'm doing is I'm staying in this, the Palazzo and all those buildings, the Palazzo and the La Brea, they are
Yeah.
like apartments
Yeah, the nice apartment.
close to the Grove.
hmm
I'm living in one of them and I'm paying $2,500. It's expensive. And
For
it's
a
just
2-bedroom or one?
bedroom.
For a 1-bedroom,
yeah.
right? Yeah. So
It's very well located, but
it's nice. It's just
it
you
is,
pay
it
for
is.
it. Yeah.
I don't know if this is interesting for them. They
It is. This is what they want to hear.
Okay. They're waiting for the part.
Okay, so the real point of the podcast, why I have people in here, is because I don't know if you know this about me, I'm an expert in everything.
Okay. I kind of.
If you have any issues in your life, I could fix them for you.
You could.
I could tell you what to do to fix them.
Okay.
So if you have any problems you want to talk about or need advice on,
can I bring 2 problems?
Yeah, you can bring 2.
My first problem is I think sex is too important.
You like it too much.
Yes.
Me too. I have that same problem.
But I don't think that's healthy.
Why do you think that? You think about it too much, or what?
No, it's not that I just like it too much. It's that I put too much importance in having sex.
But that's just because you're a man, and that's.
Do you think that?
Yeah, that's literally your
when
body.
When you are in
wanting.
a relationship, okay. Let me go back to your last relationship. Okay, you guys were living together. How often were you guys having sex?
I mean, obviously, it's more in the beginning, and it slows down a little bit.
I'm saying after after 3 or 4 months.
Probably every other day.
Every other day. Okay.
A few times a week. What about you? Every day?
Yeah, I have to do it every day.
And you don't get bored of the same girl?
No, I don't. That's crazy.
You know what I think that is?
Love. Maybe it is. I don't know. And I'm not saying this because my problem is I like sex too much. I really think that sometimes is an issue.
So sometimes you go, man, I wish that I could just go to sleep right now and not do it.
And and not worry about I need to have sex today because today I didn't have sex. It becomes a kind of a rush, I think.
So has it affected any other aspects in your life? Like, have you ever missed a gig because you
No.
sex?
I never missed anything. It's just that I don't know.
So I would say personally,
bodies are too much important for me. You need to have like a good, great body.
Oh, I feel the same way.
You do?
Oh,
Maybe
yeah.
I'm just a man. I don't know.
I think what you're saying is a problem, but only, it's not a big problem, but it's a problem, and I think I have the same problem, and it doesn't necessarily need to be fixed. But if you want to fix it, there's probably medications you could take that would make you less horny, or maybe you could periodically through the day you take a cold shower.
The problem is I don't think it's the level of horniness. It's just that I treat it as a kind of it's something that is on my schedule.
Yeah.
That I have to do it, That's the problem. Because if I was horny all the time, then I would feel it's like a kind of an issue, like a physical issue.
Yeah.
I don't think that. I just think that, it's something that I have to do it.
Maybe. If you truly feel this way, then treat it like any other addiction, like any other problem you have. If you eat junk food too much, you just got to stop eating junk food.
Yeah.
So maybe you say to your girlfriend, hey, I'm going to, just to put me to the test, we're only going to have sex 3 times this week.
I don't think it would be a problem for her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So try it.
Because sometimes I think I'm a little annoying with that.
It'll just take willpower. So try it it actually be fun. Not even if it's not a problem, it could be just a fun game for yourself.
Yeah.
For 1 month, you're going to have sex a few times a week and that's it.
Okay.
Pick a number, like 3 or 4 times a week.
Okay. If I lose my girl, it's going to be your fault.
Yeah. If you lose your girl because of this, then she wasn't the right one to begin with.
Maybe.
Yeah, so then I did you a favor. It'll be my fault, but you'll thank me.
I'm happy. I'm not complaining, but I think I just put a little too much importance on that thing.
I think.
Yeah, I don't know.
I do too. I was in Vegas this last week doing stand-up. I hate Vegas, but I was there for...
You hate it?
Have you been there?
Yeah.
Been there? I hate it, but I don't like
First time I liked it. Second time I didn't like that much. Third time I was like, this kind of sucks.
For me personally, I don't like to party or go to nightclubs or dance. I don't dance. I don't party. So Vegas would be awesome if you were really into partying. Okay. But for me, it's like there's good food that I'll eat, which is nice.
It's the same thing with I don't drink. Do you drink?
A little. I'll have a drink or two, but I don't go get fucked up.
I don't drink.
Yeah, you don't drink at all?
I
Zero?
don't drink. I never drunk before.
You've never had a drink?
I never had a drink.
Not once?
Not once. I actually
You've never even been curious?
I actually did once because I was shooting a piece for TV in Brazil and I had to drink because I had to, but I never drank it.
Now, is that you don't like the taste, or what's your fear of drinking?
It's not a fear. Maybe it is. I don't know. It's just that I like to be in control, you know? I like to be in
So
control.
you don't smoke weed either?
I smoked once. It wasn't good.
Yeah.
I didn't have a good experience. I told this on Joe Rogan's. I stayed high for 14 days. I felt bad.
Okay,
You think-
if you were high for 14 days, that's not weed. You smoked something else.
I don't know, man. That was a little.
I've smoked a lot of weed. I don't even like smoking weed, but I've smoked a lot of weed just from being born and raised in California and peer pressure of my friends.
Okay.
But I've never been high for 14 days.
I don't know if I was high.
You just felt it. You felt the effects
or
of it.
I was it was a huge surprise how my body reacted, and so I kept thinking that I was a little disconnected from reality, and I was like looking at you and thinking, why am I looking? I was like,
Whatever it was that you got, I want to find that. I want to find that. And
I went to the psychiatrist, my friend, to see what was going on with me, and he was like, man, I think it's okay. A few people know, but the weed can be a trigger for. Okay, this noise was in the microphone. I'm pretty sure.
that one will probably get in there.
Okay. So when you're, the guy said, a few people know, but weed can be a gateway to like schizophrenia. If you have,
yeah.
or maybe
True.
I don't know.
It could trigger something.
It can trigger something if you have that genetic on you.
And you're maybe scared that could happen.
Yeah,
with you.
and the guy said, I don't think that's your issue. I just think you are a little scared because what you experienced, but that's not for you, my friend.
So drugs and alcohol aren't your vice. Your vices are
Sex, basketball.
That's a good vice. That's a healthy vice.
Sex, basketball. I really like food,
Oh, me too. I think we're the same
and
guy,
I like
minus
comedy.
the basketball because I'm short.
and I like comedy. That's it.
How often do you play basketball?
Now I'm playing once a week, twice
Do
a
you
week.
play
at
in the
moment.
comedian league?
I do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty fun.
I'm playing
I've
with
gone
them.
a couple times, but I'm really bad.
I'm playing with them, yeah. We have a game today, actually.
Once I hit 8th grade, I realized I have no future in basketball.
Because you're not growing it anymore.
I wasn't growing and I just wasn't athletic enough.
Okay.
I wasn't. So I like rock. I like solo sports
You're
now.
Jewish.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's the same as me.
Whoa, dude.
Yeah, but me too. It's
You're
like-
Jewish?
Yeah, my father is.
I didn't know there were Brazilian Jews.
Yeah,
You don't look Jewish though. You're tall.
I don't. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
tall, but the genetics sucks. I can't. It's like I'm not dunking
yeah.
over
there's no
people.
dunking. But you're probably, as far as, I bet you in the scheme of basketball, you're not that good, but I bet you in the comedian league, you're really good, huh?
I am.
Yeah.
No, I played professionally in Brazil until I
Wait,
was
professional
24
basketball?
years old.
Oh,
yeah.
you were a professional basketball
I
player.
played
So you're really good at basketball.
I'm good.
I mean, even if you were you were bad in that league,
I'm not really, really good now.
but you have to be, because even if you were one of the worst players, if you were playing professional basketball, you're still in the top 1% of basketball players.
Yeah.
So you're
I'm good.
you got to give yourself more credit than you are.
Yeah, I'm
you're
good.
really good.
It's just that I'm 42 now, my friend. It's not
Yeah,
that easy.
now you're
I don't
aging.
move with the same speed and the same.
Oh yeah, I read on your Wikipedia that you played until you got in a fight.
No, I actually played after the fight. I actually I fought. I had this fight, and I broke my jaw and my cheekbone.
Was that fight just like?
It was in
you
practice.
probably told this fight.
It was in practice.
Story.
I used to fight a lot.
You were just in a hothead.
Yeah.
Wait, so the guy you
I'm
got in
not
a fight
anymore.
with was another basketball player?
Yeah, on my team.
On your own team?
Here in Nebraska.
So he's American?
Yeah.
What'd you guys get in a fight about?
It was just like we were like fighting for a rebound. What happened was I was playing, in this college here. I had a scholarship to play basketball here. So what happened was I started to play well. And I started to be a little,
Good.
not good.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is I start to get people's attention because
Yeah.
I was playing.
Yeah.
I was my
you were
first
doing good.
year.
Yeah.
I wouldn't redshirt. I would actually play my first year in college. So I was doing really well. So people started to kick my ass.
They got mad
Because
that
I
you were
was a
good.
foreigner. They got a little mad that I was having too much attention. That's what I felt, okay? So every time that I go to the basket, people fucking hit me all the time. And I start to get a little angry. And I used to fight a lot. And so this time, we just exchanged like 4 or 5 punches. And ta-ta-ta-ta-ta. You couldn't even see what happened. And I was like, it was okay at the end. When I went to the bathroom, I broke my jaw, my cheekbone. I was like, oh,
Damn.
fucked up, yeah.
Wait,
I didn't even.
they didn't eject you guys from the game?
It was in a practice.
Oh yeah, you said
He was a guy on my team.
Let me ask you this: do you and that person do you hate each other now?
No.
If you saw him, if
No.
he was in Hollywood and you walked by each other, would you say, "Hey, how are you?" and shake his hand?
Oh, of course I would, because I tried to punch him as well. Maybe I would crush his head as the same thing that he did. I tried to punch him. So if I get the punch right, I would hurt him. So
Listening makes us smarter, more connected people. It makes us better partners, parents, and leaders. And there's no better place to start listening than Audible. Audible is where so many inspiring voices and compelling stories open listeners up to new experiences and ways of thinking. Audible members now get more than ever before. Members choose 3 titles every month, 1 audiobook plus 2 Audible originals that you can't hear anywhere else. Members also have unlimited access to more than 100 audio-guided fitness and meditation programs. Audible delivers bestsellers, business, self-improvement, memoirs, and more, all professionally narrated by actors, authors, and motivational superstars like Rachel Hollis, David Goggins, and Mel Robbins. Audible members can also get free access to the New York Times, Wall Street Journal, and Washington Post delivered daily to the Audible app. With the convenient app, members can access Audible anytime at the gym, while commuting, on the go, and on any device. It will always pick up right where they left off. Audible also offers free and easy audiobook exchanges, credits you can roll over for a year, and a library you can keep forever even if you cancel. Explore all the ways listening to Audible can help improve mind, body, and soul with entertainment, information, and inspiration. Start listening with a 30-day Audible trial, and your first audiobook plus 2 Audible originals are free. Visit audible.com/unlicensed therapy or text unlicensed therapy to 500-500. Again, start listening with a 30-day Audible trial, and your first audiobook plus 2 Audible originals are free. Visit audible.com, audible.com/unlicensed therapy, or text unlicensed therapy to 500-500. That's UNLICENSED therapy, THERAPY. I personally downloaded a memoir based on a true story by Norm Macdonald on Audible, and it was a great book that I got to listen to, read by Norm Macdonald himself, and he also made fun of Adam Egget a lot in the book, so I really enjoyed it, and I think you guys will enjoy that book amongst thousands upon thousands more over at Audible.
What was your last fight? Was that your last fight, or have you been in fights since then?
No. I fought a few times after that. I fought once. People tried to rob my father on the streets, and I had to fight.
Okay, so that was defense.
And in the basketball court, I fought like once or twice, but never. It was never.
Have you ever been in any comedy fights?
No. Comedy fights? How does that work?
I don't know, just like an audience member or another comedian.
Oh, an audience member? No, that never happened.
I got into...
I'm too tall, man. I'm big. I'm like too
yeah, not many people would want to fight you.
I'm 240.
I'd fight you because I'm really tough, but most people wouldn't.
Most people don't.
Yeah.
You're just tough.
I'm just really... No, I got in my first fight about a week ago since I was 16.
Oh, my God.
Like the last fight, because I was joking.
What
I'm
happened?
a small guy. I don't like to fight.
What happened?
I did a joke on stage.
Okay.
And some girl got offended by it. And I hit her. So I did a joke. This girl got offended, and she started heckling me. And she started saying, "You're not funny. Me too. Me too." And I cussed her out from the stage. She made me really upset.
Where was that? Where?
This was in New York City.
Okay.
And so I yelled at her, shut her up. I get off the stage. People are saying, "Good job," blah, blah. This guy comes up to me. I thought it was to say good job. And I put up my hand to shake it. I was like, "Oh, thanks, man." He goes, "I'm not shaking your hand. That was my wife." And then he poured wine over my head, and I didn't I like blacked out. I lost control. I started punching him and grabbed him and choked him, and then they broke it up right away. It was not much of a fight. It got broken up so fast.
But did he punch you back?
No, he didn't get any hits in. So technically, I would have won, but I think he didn't get hurt. It was fine.
Oh my gosh, that guy is dumb.
What man pours wine on another man?
This is
Right?
like
What a pussy.
Was he in a Mexican soap opera or something?
It was literally, he walks over and he goes like this.
Oh my god!
Not even like that. It was like over my head.
He was
I was in shock. For like at first I was like, did that really happen? And then I didn't even think about it. I just started fighting.
So you lost control.
I lost control. I was so angry because I was already angry because
Okay.
of the interaction with his wife. Like even before he walked up to me, I was very angry and my adrenaline was pumping just from having yelled at a
What did
woman.
you say to her on stage when she was like, "You're not funny"?
She said, "Not funny, me too." And I said, "Well, everyone else laughed, so maybe you should sit down and shut up." And then she just kept yelling the same thing, "Not funny, me too." And then I was like, I called her a dumb bitch at one point. I said, "Shut the fuck up." I said, "Maybe if you grow your hair out, someone will fuck you." I got mean. I got really mean. In fact, in retrospect, I shouldn't have gotten that mean. I should have just remained level-headed because the person who wins the argument is always the calm one. I should have just toyed with her more.
Oh, you got mad.
But she made me so mad.
You call her a dumb bitch.
I called her a dumb bitch. It made me look bad. I mean, the crowd was on my side, and I think she deserved to be called that. But I shouldn't have done it. I should have.
But why didn't the security just kick her out?
Because this wasn't at a comedy club. This was at it's a place called the Soho House.
Oh, I know. The Soho
And so
House,
it's a nice, classy place, and this is probably the first time anything like this has ever happened.
A comedy show or a heckling thing?
The fight and the heckling thing.
Man, that's bad.
Yeah.
So you're never gonna step on that stage again, probably. You fought
I
in
mean,
the Soho House.
I'm really good friends with the producer of the show, so maybe, but I'm not counting on it. I would, because I felt bad. That was the other reason I felt bad. So after the whole thing, even though I don't regret it. I feel like I was in the right. But when I left the show, I thought to myself, that's my friend's show. Me doing that puts the whole show in jeopardy. Like maybe they're not going to do it again because of me or because of that interaction. So I apologize.
You were thinking that after you ran out of stage or after the fight?
After the fight. So I left a little bit on stage, but so I left the whole venue because I was so mad to just cool down. And then after I cooled down, I realized, man, I might have ended that whole show. So I texted the producer because she's my friend, and I said, "Hey, I'm so sorry that I lost my cool and that happened. I didn't mean to put your show in jeopardy. I'm so sorry." And she's like, "No, it's all good. I just don't want you to get sued." She said that guy deserved it. He was an asshole.
Okay.
So I think we're all good.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So you do perform in New York a lot?
Not a lot. I mostly perform in LA, but I open for, I don't know, do you know who Theo Vaughn is?
Yeah.
I open for him and Andrew Santino, so I travel a lot opening for people.
Nice.
Yeah, so I don't travel a lot on my
I know
own.
Andrew more than I know
Theo.
Andrew is a nice guy.
Yeah. I was with him, and that's who I was with in Vegas this weekend. I was with Santino.
Oh, so you're opening for him. That's
cool. And then I leave.
Andrew's a nice guy.
Yeah, Andrew's a nice guy. And then tomorrow I go to Australia. So I'm going there tomorrow night with Theo. So that'll be exciting. So I'll be there for a couple of weeks.
Awesome, bro.
Yeah, I'm excited. That place, nicer, like you said, nicer people than American.
So how long is a flight from here to Australia?
Ugh, like 17 hours.
17? No, I don't think so.
I think it's something like 17 hours, yeah.
Oh, fuck. I'm going to Brazil tomorrow.
How far is that?
It's going to be like 16 hours flight.
And how long are you going to be there for?
Just 10 days.
10 days? Are you going to do stand-up? Are you going to visit?
I'm going to stay I'm with my kid. I have a kid in Brazil.
Okay, so you're going to visit
I have
your
my
kid.
son. I'm going to stay there with him for like 10 days.
And when you go back there, since you went through a divorce, do you stay in that house still, or are you getting a different place?
No, I got a different place. I actually have an apartment in Brazil, but I rented my apartment.
Rented it out.
Yeah, I rented it out.
That's what I do when I leave. I Airbnb.
You Airbnb?
My
That's
apartment.
awesome.
Yeah.
So I rented it out, my apartment, and so I have to get an Airbnb in Brazil to stay with my kids.
Got it.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. And I'll stay there for 10 days, then I'll be back, and I have shows in Ohio.
What part?
At the end of the...
Columbus. Columbus is nice. Big mall. Are you doing the Funny Bone?
Yes.
Yeah, cool place. Yeah.
I'm doing
Been there 3 times.
Columbus Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. I'm a little concerned that people are not going to show up.
I think they will.
Tuesday, yeah,
I mean, well, there's not a lot of Spanish-speaking people there, huh?
But I do my show in English.
That's true. Yeah. So I think they'll show up. I have a few, not a lot, but I have probably 3 or 4 people watching from Ohio that I know of.
Tell them
Maybe
to
more.
watch.
They gotta go see 'em.
Go to my Instagram,
What's-
Rafi Comedy. Rafi
At
Comedy.
Rafi Comedy.
Rafi.
What's your other issue you wanted to talk about before
that's
we wrap
my,
up here? Just the sex one?
No, the other problem is that my kid lives in Brazil.
Oh.
He lives
Splitting
in Brazil.
time.
Lives
And
with,
how often do you get to see him?
once every 60 days.
That's actually not that bad. I was expecting less
No,
because it's
yeah.
so far. And so do you
2
always
months.
go there? Or does he come here?
I go there much more than he comes here. He came here once, but I have to bring him here because he's 8 years old.
Right.
I wouldn't put him in a
On the flight by
13
himself.
years flight to come here.
Well, let me ask you this: does he? Obviously, you want to see him as much as you can, and you want to
Yeah.
see him more. But does he? Is he understanding? Is he mad at you?
He wasn't, but now he is a little. He is a little.
So he wants to
upset.
see you more too.
Oh no, he wants to. He wants me to go to Brazil and live there.
He doesn't want you.
He
to live
doesn't
there.
want me to. Live
And he doesn't want to get on a plane by himself either.
I think he would do it, but I think it's too brutal to
That's
put a
tough.
kid in a.
That's
60.
tough. That's really tough. I think
He's there. I'm here to pursue my dream,
Right.
which is doing comedy in English, and things are going well. I'm doing the clubs. I'm going next month. I'm spending the whole month in Canada to do the JFL.
That's awesome.
So everything is happening in the right pace. Okay.
Right.
There are a few things that needs to happen in order for me to grow a little more. But the thing is,
But you're doing very well.
I'm doing well.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say very well.
I would say
I'm
very
not
well.
open-
From my perspective,
I'm
you're
not
doing
opening
very
for
well.
Andrew Santino or
Yeah, you're
Kievan.
headlining instead. You're doing better.
I am headlining.
That's better.
But it's stressful at the same time.
Yeah, no,
'Cause-
you're doing very, very well.
I'm doing well.
You're modest. You're same with your basketball, but you're killing it.
It's going well. But there's my kid there, man. And sometimes I suffer.
So,
It's
Let's
hard.
see.
It's painful.
Let's see if I could tell you what to do in this situation.
You know what? The one thing that I was thinking, maybe it would be better for me to move to New York.
Is that closer to Brazil?
It is a little
How
bit.
how much closer?
A flight from here, LA, to São Paulo. It's in a direct flight. It's a 13-hour flight. Okay,
And how far from New York?
9 hours, 9 hours and a half.
Pretty far, both either
Yeah,
way.
it is.
What's another 4 hours at that point?
But yeah, I know. I agree. But there's more flights from New York to Brazil. Flights are cheaper.
Cheaper, yeah.
And most of the flights are direct flights.
But living in New York is more expensive.
Yeah, but the money is not the issue. That's
Well,
not.
Then I think that could help a little. I don't think that would fix the problem necessarily, but
wouldn't.
that would help. I think that also, if you're not doing this already, Skype him all the time, video chat
every day.
every day. You Skype, and another thing when you're 8-9 years old, what helps them feel a lot better. This is less for you, but more for your son. Is buying them presents. Kids love toys.
Okay.
Just get them a super soaker. I love you. Here's a super soaker.
What's the
And
super
then
soaker?
a squirt gun. You get him a nice squirt gun. That buys you a month. Just get him gifts. You call him.
Oh my
You
gosh,
say,
you're right.
hey, I was just thinking about you. I thought you would like this. I got you a super soaker and a Nerf gun. I'll be like, oh my God, I love you, Dad. You're the best.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
You keep them busy with their toys.
Do you? I don't think we sell those things in Brazil.
Even better, you get him one from America shipped over there. He's gonna be the coolest kid in his class.
Do you think it's gonna sound good for me to be shipping guns to Brazil?
Nerf gun, toy guns, kids gun. They're made for kids.
Okay.
Yeah, don't send him a real gun. Then you will be the coolest dad, but it's probably not a good idea still.
Where do I buy those? I want to buy one of those.
Amazon.
Amazon.
Amazon.com or I don't know. Do they still have Toys R Us?
Yeah, they don't have Baby R Us anymore. I think.
Toys R Us.
Toys R
R
Us.
Us and Amazon.
Okay.
Get them each time you get him something cool. Well, you don't want to do it too often because then it'll fade. But maybe every time you're feeling a little guilty that you're not seeing him,
I'll send him a present.
you call him up. You get him a cool toy. Maybe you get him one of those.
Nothing like buying my own kid.
That's it. That's
Yeah.
that when you're that age, that's all it takes. You get him a giant tub of ice cream to keep in the freezer. Fatten him up. Then he'll be thinking about how fat he is and not about how he misses his dad. It's a good idea. Okay, before we get out of here, we're gonna take
Obesity. The obesity is gonna change his mind. I love my father so much.
Keep him occupied.
Oh my god.
Also, like,
that's awesome.
not being in your kid's life, that motivates them. You could say things like this, Tim. You could say, "Hey, I know I'm not seeing you this month, but if you hit a home run next week in baseball, or what sport does he play?"
No, there's no baseball in Brazil.
What sport? Oh yeah, they don't have the greatest sport in the world in Brazil. Sorry, I forgot about that. What sport? Basketball?
You just play baseball here in Cuba. You don't play anywhere else. That's why you call the World Series. It's just you playing against yourself.
That's true. The World Series is
you
hey, it's going back in the Olympics.
It is? I didn't know that.
Yeah. I think it's
You know
going
what
back. They took it out, and it's going back.
You know what's going to be an Olympic sport as well? Basketball 3-on-3.
That actually sounds kind of fun, though, right?
It is.
That'll be a fun sport to watch.
3-on-3.
Rock climbing's going this time for the first time ever, too.
Oh, good.
I'm excited about that.
How it is?
Racing.
Racing.
Yeah, speed climbing.
Nice.
That'll be kind of fun. Oh, wait. So what sport does your son play?
He plays soccer.
Okay, so you say to him, "Hey, I know I'm not seeing you this month, but if you score 2 goals in your next game, I'll come see you." So use that as motivation to make him the best soccer player.
And what about if he has 2 goals next Wednesday? And I wouldn't be able to go there.
Well, then you say, "Okay, I'm buying my flight. Congratulations, I'm buying my flight," and you still get a pick when you come. But if he doesn't get 2 goals, you go, "Sorry, I'm not going to buy a flight right now."
You know, I liked all your advices. This one, I think, is a little too brutal.
It's brutal.
To give him.
Do you want your kid to be a professional athlete, or do you want him to be a scrub like everyone else?
So I'm gonna. His reward in life is seeing me. You know.
Mm-hmm.
I know I'm here and it's difficult for me to go, but if you do 2 goals, maybe I can go there and see you.
Yeah.
It's like your reward is me.
That's called motivating your kid to be a good athlete.
Okay.
Something to think about. You don't have to take the advice, but
not a bad idea.
If you don't, your son will probably be an accountant.
It's not
so
a bad
have
idea.
fun with that. Have fun with your accountant son. Okay, let's take we're gonna take a call now. This is from some of people who listen, and they call and they want advice. They want advice from us.
They are people who listen, or they're friends that you make them play.
Whoa, dude! Whoa!
No, just kidding. No.
It's a mix of both.
Okay.
This is from Dave Coyne.
A good friend who listens.
I don't know this one.
Okay.
So when I was 18, I made the choice to go down the artistic road, less traveled, without a plan B. And now here it is some many years later, and I guess I'm wrestling with, was it the right choice, or perhaps the stupidest decision I've ever made in my life? How long does one give oneself to see the light of this? And I'm naked because I assume this is radio.
Good joke. I mean, I think we could both relate to that. I mean, we don't relate quite as much because me and you are wildly successful. No, you are.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
But yeah, I mean, this guy, I could tell right away that he's not going to make it. So I would say to that guy, he should quit and start something else. Do plan B.
Why do you think he's not gonna make it?
I could just tell from his voice he's a nerd.
You can.
Nerds, it's hard, you know.
Nerds are there's tons of successful nerds.
I could tell he's fat too. He's a fat nerd.
I don't think he would be naked if he was fat. Fat
He's
people
by himself,
always
though.
have clothes on.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point.
They don't want to see themselves in a mirror.
That's a good point. No, I mean, seriously, my advice is if you're enjoying it and having fun, you don't care about the money and how long you're giving yourself to make it. You're gonna find a way, and you're gonna find a way to keep doing it because you love it. And if you're really thinking, should I quit because I'm not successful enough, blah blah, you might be in it for the wrong reasons, and you're not enjoying. To even ask yourself, should I quit? You must not be loving it.
Yes.
So maybe you should.
I agree with you, my friend. And sometimes we just get jobs, like 8-hour jobs from 9 to 6, so we can not think about our future and our lives. So we have time to think.
Yeah.
And we have time to plan things. And when you're an artist and you're trying to create something special, you have free time. And those times when you're used to have a schedule and you have to bring results and stuff, you get so caught up in your own responsibilities that you cannot think about yourself. So take this time to think about your future and to think about the possibilities that you're creating to yourself, because you're not just stuck in this process that sometimes we choose to be in that thing.
True.
So we cannot think about ourselves.
True.
Don't you think?
Yeah, I agree with that.
So we have time to think, and you do. So don't just quit. Don't just make you busy because you're not successful right now.
Yeah.
There's some dark moments in the road of success.
That's true. You talk to any person who's made it in any field, in any industry, and there's the wave. There's the ups and downs.
Yeah.
We're going to take one more call. This is from Zelda Flowers.
Wow.
Zelda Flowers.
She's a superhero.
Yeah. Is that actual superhero? Is this a prank phone call?
Yeah. No.
Oh.
Oh, it is not. I don't think it's her real name.
Hey, it's me, Zelda. I just wanted to call, see how you were doing. Things are very different here in California.
I'm in California.
As soon as I returned here, I found out that my mom and my grandma, they both voted for Trump.
Do what?
They both
what am
voted
I
for
supposed to
Trump.
do about that?
You're not supposed to do anything about it. That's their decision to make. You're in America. You get a vote. People vote for. That's what you're calling? That's a shitty call.
Well, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No, you think so?
I think that was a bad call. She asked us. She goes, "I'm in California. 2 people in my family voted for Trump. What am I supposed to do about that?" Nothing. That you don't have to vote for Trump if you don't want to, but they could vote for whoever they want.
My friend Ari, maybe that's not a good advice, my friend.
What's your advice?
What I'm saying is, she's struggling with this. I know it sounds like a shitty problem, but this sounds important for her.
Yeah.
So if she keeps this type of relationship with her family members, she's gonna bring some is gonna have problems. So is that so important to you at the point, and you can actually fight with them just because of this small stuff? It means that you need to focus on a relationship with your family.
Yeah.
That's much more important than political choices.
Right.
Don't you think?
Agreed. Yeah.
Because this is very common in Brazil as well. We have this president right now called Bolsonaro. He's a kind of a Trumpy. He's a little Trumpy. And a lot of people fight in their homes because some voted for him and the other ones didn't vote for him, voted for the other guy. And people actually, that's a lot of friendships were broken because
Not
of that.
the girlfriend who I lived with, but the one before that. We broke up the day Trump won the election.
You see?
Yeah.
And you heard her saying, and then you thought it was a shitty question. You live the same problem.
The same problem. But I didn't get mad. She got mad. She got mad that she started crying that Trump won. And to me, I don't let that kind of stuff get to me because it's out of my control. Like I didn't, I could only pick. I don't get a pick. It's not up to me who's the president. So to me, there's no point in crying because it happened. And it's not the end of the world. All we can do is move on. So she started crying. I started laughing that she was crying. So, and then...
Because
I'm insensitive.
No, it's not only because you're insensitive. You don't have something that I learned to have the last 2 years. It's called empathy.
Empathy.
People create their own problems, and we do it too.
Sure.
Sometimes you focus, this gig didn't go well. You just fought this guy and you probably spent like 4 hours thinking, that was shitty. That was fucked up. You know what? For me, you fucking kicked this shitty guy in the face and that's awesome. But you're like suffering. That's not good. My friend's going to be mad. She wasn't mad. So you were creating something and we do it.
Yeah.
But to take the other people's problems and put it down and don't pay attention, it means that we are not connecting with them.
You're right.
I'm not saying that we have to connect in the way of actually feeling bad because of it. It's just understanding the other
where
person.
they're coming from. So to her, it's very important that her family doesn't. She hates Trump with such a passion that if her family votes for him, it's not good, and she's passionate about that. And you're right. I should be more empathetic. And my advice...
No problem, my friend. I'm here to help.
Yeah, maybe you're giving me therapy. My advice on that is if it's truly that important, maybe either don't talk about politics with them at all. Don't even to the point where you don't even know who they vote for. That's on them. If they say, "Who do you vote for?" You go, let's just not talk about it. Let's do that. Or if you're so passionate that you need to talk about it and you need to know, then maybe start the dialogue about why you don't like Trump and why you don't think they would like Trump, and make it a point to show them why voting for Trump is a bad decision for them.
Awesome advice. Man,
Right.
I'm proud of you.
I'm proud of us. It was a pleasure meeting you, man.
Oh,
Thanks
my
for
friend,
thanks
it
for
was
doing the
my
podcast.
pleasure.
I really
Sorry
appreciate it.
I arrived here late. People,
It's okay. It's because people in Brazil aren't as friendly as American. No manners.
That's one thing. We are very friendly, but we couldn't care less about timing and scheduling stuff. That's
Different. You know what? Everyone's late though. Americans are late. Guys are late a lot.
oh yeah, they are.
Yeah.
Why?
I think it's just something in their blood. Yeah. No, I don't know. Just kidding.
They have to fight racism in the way to be.
I think it's just something over there and made them show up late. I don't know. Their clocks are different.
You know what? Maybe I would cut this part. I don't know.
I'm gonna cut this part. Yeah. Thanks for doing the podcast.
My
Appreciate
friend,
it.
it was my pleasure, my friend. It was awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.